Archaeologists and Egyptologists claim that they were tombs for the pharaohs, and yet no Egyptian pharaoh was ever found in a pyramid in Egypt.
Various postulations about aliens and their involvement with humans have gone around for centuries, and one of the most widespread ones comes from ancient Egypt. Egypt has continuously provided remarkable insights into its civilization, from magnificent pyramids and elaborate tombs to artifacts and ancient texts, most of which are so advanced that they lead people to believe the involvement of an external force. Watch this video to the end to uncover some of the most awe-inspiring practices, discoveries, and even arguments of alien visitors in ancient Egypt. Number 10. Mysterious boreholes in Egypt. Egypt has many mysterious and intriguing ancient structures, including the Great Pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx. Still, discussions and speculations have recently been about specific mysterious boreholes found in Egypt. One notable example is the discovery of a series of boreholes in the Great Pyramid of Giza in 2017. These boreholes were found using advanced scanning technology and sparked speculation about hidden chambers or passages within the pyramid. However, further investigation revealed that these boreholes were most likely ancient construction features and did not indicate any hidden chambers or significant discoveries. Another intriguing borehole was discovered in the Temple of Hathor at Dendera, a complex known for its beautifully preserved ancient Egyptian artwork. This borehole, known as the Dendera light bulb, has generated speculation about ancient Egyptians possibly having advanced electrical knowledge. However, mainstream Egyptologists and archaeologists interpret this feature as a symbolic representation of the Djed pillar, a symbol of stability and power. The exploration and study of Egypt's ancient sites continue to unravel significant discoveries, but it is essential to differentiate between genuine findings and speculative interpretations. Number 9. Animal mummies. Animal mummification was a common practice in ancient Egypt and held significant religious and cultural importance. Animals were revered in Egyptian society, and their mummification served various purposes. Several types of animal mummies were found in Egypt. There were pet mummies, where beloved animals were mummified and buried alongside their owners, allowing them to accompany their owners in the afterlife. Sacred animals such as the ibis, falcon, cat, and crocodile were also mummified. These animals were associated with specific deities, and their mummification served as offerings to these gods. Animals were also mummified to provide food for the deceased in the afterlife. These animals, including fish, birds, and cattle, were preserved and placed in tombs alongside the human mummies. It is worth mentioning that while animal mummies were prevalent in ancient Egypt, not all mummies labeled as animal mummies contained actual animal remains. In some cases, scientific examinations have revealed that certain mummies were composed of materials like mud or human body parts rather than animals due to the complexity and variations in the mummification process across different periods and practices. The mummification of animals provides valuable insights into the religious beliefs, cultural practices, and high regard for animals in ancient Egyptian society. These mummies have been essential in understanding their civilization's rich and complex history. Number 8. Pregnant mummy. A pregnant mummy is a fascinating archaeological discovery that sheds light on ancient civilizations' lives, beliefs, and customs. When archaeologists uncovered the mummy of a pregnant woman, it offered valuable insights into the culture, healthcare, and burial practices of the society to which she belonged. Pregnant mummies are identified when archaeologists or researchers observe signs of pregnancy in the mummy's abdominal region. These signs may include the presence of a fetus or the enlarged shape of the abdomen. In ancient Egypt, one of the most well-documented civilizations practicing mummification, pregnant women were mummified like other individuals. However, the presence of a fetus inside the womb was typically left intact, reflecting the ancient Egyptian belief in the afterlife and the importance of preserving the mother and her unborn child. Scientists with the Warsaw Mummy Project have determined how the fetus of the world's only known pregnant mummy was preserved. The study of pregnant mummies allows researchers to investigate the health and nutrition of pregnant women in ancient societies. Analysis of the remains can provide information about the woman's age, the gestational age of the fetus, and any potential health challenges she may have faced. The discovery of a pregnant mummy is culturally significant because it provides evidence of the value placed on fertility, motherhood, and family in the society of the time. It also offers insight into the spiritual beliefs and rituals associated with pregnancy and childbirth. CT scans and DNA analysis have allowed researchers to study pregnant mummies without unwrapping them, preserving these historical artifacts while gaining valuable insights. Number 7. Alien visitors in ancient Egypt. The idea of alien visitors in ancient Egypt has existed for centuries. Some evidence supports this theory. Ancient Egyptian myths and legends are a part of such theories. Some ancient Egyptian myths and legends could be interpreted as describing encounters with aliens. Also, ancient Egyptian technology gives a cause for investigation. Some people believe that the ancient Egyptians had technology too advanced for their time, which they regarded as evidence of alien assistance. For example, the pyramids of Giza are incredibly massive and complex structures, and some people believe that the ancient Egyptians could not have built them without the help of aliens. These structures require bricks to be laid with remarkable accuracy and speed, which cannot be done without advanced tools and mechanics. However, no scientific evidence supports the theory that aliens visited ancient Egypt, and the evidence often cited supporting this theory can be explained by other means. For example, the Dendera light bulb could simply depict a lotus flower, and the Abydos helicopter could depict a bird or insect. Ancient Egyptian myths and legends are often symbolic and are usually studied with the advice not to be interpreted literally. The ancient Egyptians were very skilled engineers, and they could build the pyramids without help from aliens. Number 6. The oldest, most complete mummy archaeologists in Egypt have recently discovered the oldest and most complete mummy ever found in the country. This extraordinary find was made near the iconic Step Pyramid at Saqqara. The 300-year-old mummy was discovered at the bottom of a 15-meter-deep shaft inside a limestone sarcophagus sealed with mortar. What makes this discovery particularly exceptional is the mummy's level of preservation. The layers of gold encasing the mummy have astounded archaeologists, as it is a rarity to find ancient Egyptian mummies adorned with such lavish materials. This discovery holds tremendous significance as it sheds light on the burial practices and beliefs of ancient Egyptians during this era. Archaeologists eagerly study the mummy and its surroundings to extract as much knowledge as possible about this ancient civilization. According to Zahi Hawass, the director of the team of archaeologists, as he put his head inside to see what was inside the sarcophagus, he saw a beautiful mummy of a man completely covered in layers of gold. He figured it may be the oldest and most complete mummy in Egypt. Number 5. The Extraterrestrial Pharaoh Akhenaten. A theory suggests an extraterrestrial connection to the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten in ancient Egypt. Akhenaten, also known as Amenhotep IV, ruled during the 14th century BCE. Akhenaten is primarily known for his religious reforms during his rule. He attempted to establish the worship of a single god, the Aten, the sun disk, as the supreme deity, which was a departure from traditional Egyptian polytheism. This period of religious change is known as the Amarna period, and it had significant implications for Egyptian culture and society. Proponents of the extraterrestrial theory propose that Akhenaten's unique physical appearance, portrayed in artistic representations as androgynous with elongated features, could indicate his extraterrestrial origins. Some also argue that Akhenaten's reign's religious beliefs and architectural style display advanced knowledge and technology that extraterrestrial beings may have influenced. Although the portrayal of Akhenaten's appearance in art can be attributed to changes in artistic conventions during his reign rather than extraterrestrial influence, it isn't proven. Still, some people believe some aspects of Akhenaten's reign were distinct from earlier pharaohs. They can be explained within the context of religious and political changes occurring at that time. Number 4. Treasures of King Tut. Tutankhamun, also known as King Tut, was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh who ruled during the 18th dynasty of the New Kingdom period. Tutankhamun became pharaoh at a young age, around 9 or 10 years old, and his early reign was guided by his advisors, including the powerful Vizier Ai and the general Horemheb. During his reign, the young king made several significant decisions, including restoring traditional religious practices, which had been disrupted by his predecessor Akhenaten's attempt to establish the worship of Aten as the sole deity. Despite his relatively short reign, Tutankhamun is well known today due to his remarkable tomb preservation, discovered in the Valley of the Kings by archaeologist Howard Carter in 1922. The tomb's discovery unveiled a wealth of treasures, including intricate funerary masks, golden furnishings, precious jewelry, and numerous artifacts that provide insights into ancient Egypt's art, culture, and religious beliefs. While Tutankhamun did not play a significant role in shaping Egyptian history, his tomb and its treasures have given modern researchers invaluable information about the period in which he lived. Today, Tutankhamun's legacy continues to fascinate people worldwide, offering a glimpse into the luxury and mythology of ancient Egypt. Number 3. Queen Nefertiti's Tomb. The location of Queen Nefertiti's tomb remains a subject of great intrigue and mystery. Despite efforts and speculations, the exact whereabouts of her burial site have yet to be definitively confirmed. There have been various hypotheses and claims regarding the discovery of Nefertiti's tomb. In recent years, some archaeologists have proposed that her tomb may be located within the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, Egypt. It is important to note that the Valley of the Kings primarily served as a burial place for the pharaohs of the New Kingdom. Although Queen Nefertiti held considerable influence during the Amarna period, it is uncommon for queens to be buried in the Valley of the Kings. One of the significant challenges in finding Nefertiti's tomb is the possibility of it being hidden or relocated during ancient times. Historical records and archaeological investigations have revealed tomb reusage and the intentional concealment of burial sites in ancient Egypt. These factors contribute to the difficulty in locating specific tombs, including that of Nefertiti. Yet the hunt for Nefertiti's tomb continues to captivate researchers and Egyptology enthusiasts worldwide, as her legacy as an influential queen and icon of ancient Egypt remains intact. Future excavations and investigations may provide further insights into the possible location of Nefertiti's tomb. Until concrete evidence emerges, the quest to uncover the precise location of Queen Nefertiti's tomb remains an ongoing fascination for researchers and enthusiasts alike. Number 2. Chinchorro Culture. The Chinchorro culture refers to an ancient civilization that was one of the oldest known complex societies in the world and inhabited the coastal regions of northern Chile and southern Peru. One of the notable aspects of the Chinchorro culture is their practice of artificial mummification. They developed sophisticated methods of preserving the remains of their deceased, predating ancient Egyptian mummification by thousands of years. Interestingly, the Chinchorro mummies include adults and infants, highlighting their significance in preserving life at all stages. The mummies vary in style and complexity, with some exhibiting detailed facial features and even hairstyles. In addition to their mummification practices, the Chinchorro people were skilled fishermen and gathered resources from the sea and their desert surroundings. They built settlements along the coast and engaged in trade with neighboring cultures. The Chinchorro culture provides valuable insights into the early development of complex societies in South America and their advanced funerary practices. The discovery and study of their mummification techniques have contributed significantly to our understanding of ancient burial customs. Number 1. Ancient mummification practices. The ancient Egyptians practiced the intricate art of mummification, integral to their religious beliefs and funerary customs. Mummification was a complex and highly skilled process that aimed to preserve the deceased's body for the afterlife. The mummification process typically involves several stages. First, the body was carefully washed and cleansed before the removal and individual embalming of the brain and internal organs. After embalming, the body was packed with various materials, such as natron, resin, and spices, to remove moisture and prevent decay. The body was left to dry for approximately 40 days. After that, it was meticulously wrapped in linen bandages, often accompanied by amulets and charms. Religious rituals and prayers were performed during the wrapping process using various layers of linen bandages, and a decorative mask was often placed over the head. Finally, the mummified body was placed in a coffin or a sarcophagus, sometimes nested within multiple layers or enclosed in different coffins adorned with elaborate paintings and inscriptions detailing the person's name, titles, and mythological symbols to provide protection. Mummification became widespread in ancient Egypt and persisted for thousands of years, evolving with more refined techniques. The mummification process allowed ancient Egyptians to achieve a semblance of immortality and ensure the deceased's preservation in the afterlife. As fascinating as the art is, it has slowly faded to become archaic or considered weird.